What's going on, Raptors Republic fans? My name is Kyle Ramran, and I hope you guys are enjoying your 2026 year so far. I know I am, and I know I'm excited to hop right back into Raptors-related content this year. And with that being said, I wanted my first video to be on why I believe Scottie Barnes should be an NBA All-Star. Now I know what you're thinking. Raptors fans on this channel and hardcore Raptors fans, we know Scottie should be an NBA All-Star. But for casual NBA fans out there, they might not be aware of how much Scottie's doing this season or how incredible he is playing this season. So with All-Star selections coming up right around the corner, I thought this would be a perfect time to plead Scottie Barnes' case and prove why he is a bona fide NBA All-Star. And before I hop into this video, Raptors Republic is on the road to 20,000 subscribers. So if you guys could like, comment, share the video, and subscribe for more fantastic basketball content would be great. And without further ado, let's hop into the video. So before we jump into this, if you aren't already aware, the All-Star Game is trying a new format this year. Basically, it's 2 USA teams and 1 international team. They will be playing in a round-robin tournament style, competing in 4 12-minute games, and then a championship game will be played by the 2 winners. So players are selected without positional requirements, and Adam Silver can actually add players to the teams for balancing purposes. So just in case one team is completely lopsided, they can move around, or he can fix teams or add players. But if someone we didn't, or we wanted actually, didn't get selected, there's a chance they can always be added in. So now that we covered this, let's take a look at Scottie. And at the time of recording this, the second round of voting was returned, with Scottie Barnes sitting at 14th and Brandon Ingram sitting around 11th. Now I know the voting is a popularity contest, but I don't think I'm in the minority when I believe both of these guys should at least be a little bit higher. But we'll just have to hope and pray that the Raptors fan base comes through with those votes. But again, just in case they don't get in on votes, there's always a chance either of one of them could be added after. So just 2 years ago, Scottie had his first All-Star selection, in which he averaged around 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6.1 assists, and around 1.3 steals and 1.5 blocks. And then flash forward to this season, and Scottie has been hooping, averaging around 19 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 1.3 steals, and 1.4 blocks. So honestly, very close to his original All-Star averages. Scottie's also been able to show off how great he is on the playmaking end as well. Point guard Scottie has definitely made an impact, and that also gives him that extra edge to his game. Now, with the Raptors finally setting their eyes on making a playoff push, Scottie has been able to show off his talents with some monster games such as his 28-point, 10 rebound, 8 assist game against the Cleveland Cavs, his recent 31-point game against the 76ers with the game-winning free throw in OT, and not to mention what could be his best game of the season, being his 23-point, 25 rebounds, and 10 assist game against the Warriors on December 28th. And like I said, this game could potentially be Scottie's best game of this entire season. He set a career high in rebounds and matched the franchise record for 25 rebounds in a game. But this was also the first 2020 triple-double in Raptors franchise history. Barnes also had some other notable achievements recently, winning Defensive Player of the Month for October-November, and recently being named Player of the Week in Week 12. With Scottie at the helm of this team, the Raptors are already on pace to beat their 30 wins from last season, and they're currently sitting pretty at 4th in the Eastern Conference, with being only about 1 to 2 games back from being a top 3 seed in the East. Also, small fun fact, here's what history tells us about the NBA, and from what I can actually research myself and find, the last time a team was sitting around top 4 in the Eastern Conference and didn't have any NBA All-Star selected from that team was, well, never. And if I'm wrong, please comment down below. One of the main reasons I think Scottie should be an NBA All-Star this year, if not the main reason, is something that the All-Star game has been sorely lacking these last few years, and that being defense. Scottie has been a defensive monster this season, being top 10 in the NBA defensive rating with a rating of 110.3. He and Derek White are also the only players in the NBA with 50 plus steals and 50 plus blocks. And with Scottie being such a presence on the defensive end this season, it's no wonder that the Raptors are top 10 in defense. Also, something interesting that I did notice while researching is, according to the NBA's advanced stats, the Raptors have the #1 defense in the clutch, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Scottie has more than proved he can get it done on both ends of the floor, showing off his impressive bag on the offensive end while also shutting down players on the defensive end. Alright guys, and if I just talk to everyone, just as what we are, Raptors fans at the end of the day. And, I really want to see Scottie make this All-Star team. I believe he's put in the work. I believe he's matured so much as a player. We've seen how he's come along in these last, 5-6 years he's been in the league. There's been where he started off as a rookie and now he's the whole face of the franchise. He's taking the bull by the horns, and he's pushed us into this next era of Raptors basketball. And like to see him come from where he's when he was drafted to his first couple of years to now, being calm and collected under pressure, making the right basketball plays, not really realizing that he doesn't have to be a scorer. There's other ways to affect the game and win basketball games. And while I realize that everyone kind of votes for the All-Star games, or most fans, I should say, vote for all-star nods for people who are averaging the most points per game, like 27 points, 28 points, like a Luka, a Devin Booker, SGA. Even weirdly enough, when you vote for like the NBA All-Stars, when you go to the voting selection, they sort it by most points per game, which I think is really weird because it makes it harder to find guys like Scottie, because they're only scoring at 19 points per game, and that might not seem like the most attractive thing to a casual fan, scoring 19 points per game, but it's kind of ironic to me that fans will hate on the All-Star game and say not enough defense is being played. These guys are kind of just doing whatever out there. They're throwing lobs. They're not playing defense. It's just a bore fest. But then they'll go around and not vote for guys like defensive players like Scottie because they see that 19 points per game. So to me, it's a little bit like, it's a little ironic. I honestly believe a guy like Scottie can generally bring some life back into the All-Star game. Scottie lives and breathes defense, and it would for sure be highly entertaining to see a guy like Scottie lock down some of the NBA's best players. If he could match up against some of the best small forwards, shooting guards, point guards, I believe Scottie can play one-on-one with any of these guys, especially go toe-to-toe while he's on the defensive end. And if he does, like, who knows, if he does a good enough job, this might start to get him looked at more for Defensive Player of the Year nods. I did check the race, and he's not high up there yet, but we all know how great of a defensive player Scottie is, as I talked about earlier in the video. So maybe with more eyes on him, especially on like a bigger stage like the All-Star game where more people are watching, you see him play that lockdown defense, who knows, he could get looked at for, again, for Defensive Player of the Year, maybe even a first team all defense. Again, I'm just spitting out there, but I want you guys to let me know down in the comments below. Should Scottie be an All-Star this season? And if you had to choose between him or BI, who would you choose? And before I let you guys go, I want to thank you so much for watching this video and watching my first video of the year for Raptors Republic. It means so much to me. Like I said in the beginning, we are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. So if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, and check out all the other fantastic creators we have on our channel as well, it would mean so much to me. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.